Good everyone and welcome to another Truth or Not Family Movie Reviews. Tonight, I'll be continuing on with the Shrek franchise. Tonight is on movie 2, which is Shrek 2 from 2004. Well, once ago we have a runtime of 93 minutes. And of course it's an adventure film. And this is directed by Andrew Adams, Carrie Oaksby, Conrad Venom, and written by William Stig, Andrew Armstrong. And returning from the last movie, Mark Morris as Shrek, Cameron Diaz as Princess Fiona, and Cook Eddie Murphy as Donkey. Now, new additions to the movie, to Shrek 2. We got Julie Andrews as Queen, John Cleese as King, Antonio Banderas as Puss in Boots, Rupert Everett as Prince Charming, and Jennifer Saunders as Fairy Godmother. In this film, Shrek and Fiona are now married after being rescued from the tower and also rescued from the evil Falkland from the last movie. It's time to meet the parents. Shrek, Fiona, and Donkey receive a message to tell them that the Queen and King want them to go to Happy Ever After because they want to meet her husband, Shrek. But when they get there, things are not as what I hoped. Because Fiona's parents realize that, Fiona is still the ogre and her husband is an ogre. And Shrek and King Harold don't get along. And tension comes, in their way, and because Prince Charming arrives, he was the one who meant to rescue Princess Fiona, and his mother, the fairy godmother, is not pleased, and she wants Shrek gone. So, then Prince Harold hires an assassin by the name of course Puss in Boots to take care of Shrek. Because they, have a bit of a confront, a bit of a fight, and they might teamed up. Because Shrek, wants to now, find where the fairy godmother lives, and he wants to come handsome. And it kind of course, a forever after potion, and which, turned Shrek, Donkey, and Fiona. Shrek comes more handsome, Donkey comes a handsome stallion, Prince Fiona is no longer the ogre. course, the fairy godmother found out one of her potions was stolen and found out there was every after potion. And that hit her. Because she knew they were going to get a short time until Shrek will be, turned back to himself. And she, confront a way to have Fiona to meet Prince Charming. Have Charming, be to pretend he's Shrek. Because Shrek is, going to back to the palace to talk to Fiona, showing who he is now. Because when Shrek found out that Fiona's with Charming, he gets kicked out of the, away from the palace, and now it's nearly time to, Fiona, to come her real self again. Of course, Shrek is not gonna let that happen. He went down to the castle to confront the fairy godmother and want to know. And they end up, coming back to the themselves. Really like his film. Decent, quite an enjoyable film. That's when it comes to pros and cons. Not many sequels are good as this. They still got the witty humor, well written, great voice acting. Mike Myers is just as good as Shrek was. Eddie Murphy once again as Donkey is just funny as ever. Of course, Cameron Diaz is just lovely as Prince Fiona she was last time. And then we got our new little kitty cat to join the fun. Attended Van Der to Puss in Boots. He brings some witty humor as well. And like the top of fights, he gets in with the guards, and of course, first of all, Shrek for the first time. And you find out, Harold, is one of the highest, pushing Boots to do it, and found out eventually that was, now to our movie, protagonist, sorry, the fairy, godmother, because she wanted, things to go as planned. That, to meet Charming as originally planned. Things nearly got her way till, Shrek spoiled her plan, getting rid of her. Of course we got, King Harold and the Queen, played by Julie Andrews and John Cleese. Of course, John Cleese is quite funny in this, as he always is. And Julie Andrews did a damn good job voice acting as the Queen. And of course you got, returning fairy tale characters, to come back. Pinocchio, the Three Blind Mice, the Gingerbread Man. I like how they made a big giant gingerbread man to help Shrek to break into the castle or palace. And it's funny, that's what the fairy godmother did to Pinocchio. Turn into a real boy for 1 second, then going back to Wooden Puppet, I thought I would quite a good laugh. It's just him good back, in him back in this film. Some music number from, season on. But they funny how one also interrupted and one was nearly a full music number at the end of the movie, but they both hit the music nicely because the music bring into when Shrek and all of them come into the castle to the fights and stuff. Really bring in nicely. And of course you got your typical Shrek music from the original movie. And the animation as last time it's just gorgeous ever. I reckon this time is even better. It's just fantastic animation from DreamWorks, but nearly, up there with Pixar, and they're trying to compete with, Pixar with the animation, with the 3D style animation, with the top-notch animation, with I've ever seen. But it's always had the movie of my mother, back in the time, back in 2004, and we've actually both quite enjoyed this. We both had a good laugh, and we enjoyed the story and the villain of the film and all the rest. How the movie played out. But is there any cons? There's really nothing I can find anything too bad about this movie. Nothing really I can find cons. So no, nothing I can say about that. Now to rewatchability now. Now I think it's on DVD. Now I won't mind upgrading one day with the original to Blu-ray. They have to the chopper image quality. Get DVD they look a little bit flat. So everyone this would be nice to have this on Blu-ray. Or even 4K. Recommend it? I guess majority of you seen this movie. It's a great family movie in a way. More language, more violence. A lot of fun. Good humour. A little bit of good action, from time to time. It's good adventure. I like the, like I mentioned, the villain and all this. Tomorrow school now. I originally gave it a 9 on Internet Movie Database, but I think it's just a 10. I really enjoy this film. So yeah, this time around I'll give this a 10 out of 10. Okay, let's get for another family movie reviews. I'll turn next Tuesday for another movie. And if you like what you see, give me a like, and I'd like to hear your thoughts if you've seen this movie. And if you're new to my channel, comment, like, and subscribe. Until then, I'll catch you all later. Take care. Peace.